Now on Talking Solutions, Spencer Stewart. Spencer, you're with WGU, Western Governors University.
That's right, and it's a pleasure to be here. WGU, or WGU Nevada, which is the university that I represent here in Nevada, and have been in this position for just over a year now. WGU Nevada was established in June of 2015. I came on in July of 2015, and it's been a great adventure ever since.
I've got your card here. You are Chancellor for the school?
That's right, Chancellor.
What exactly do you do when you're a Chancellor? I'm just curious.
I'm learning that as I go as well. Chancellor, for this particular role, is a very public-facing role. I'm out in the community across the entire state, primarily in this first year and second year, educating the public as to the university itself, what we do and how we can benefit the citizens of Nevada. WGU Nevada is a statewide university, so I spend a good amount of my time in northern and central Nevada, in addition to southern Nevada. So I think the first objective of mine is to educate the various communities here, the business community, the elected communities throughout the state, and really discussing how we supplement the higher education infrastructure here in Nevada.
We've got Spencer Stewart, Chancellor for WGU, Western Governors University. First time that I ever saw a TV spot for the school, I looked up and I was surprised. There's the governor, Brian Sandoval, talking in glowing terms about WGU. How do you line up the governor to introduce WGU to everyone?
Governor Sandoval has been a wonderful spokesperson for WGU Nevada. I think for your listeners, it would be helpful to understand the history of Western Governors University. So This was started in 1997 by 19 governors. At the dawn of the internet, Netscape had just gone public, and they were looking for solutions for their respective states. And they landed on the idea of starting their own online university. Today, we have over 70,000 students across the entire country, students in every one of our 50 states and in the District of Columbia. We also serve a very large military population that in some cases are stationed overseas. So this is a university that, as universities go, is a fairly new startup, but over the course of 20 years has grown significantly. So a handful of students were enrolled in the late 90s. Today, over 70,000 students, over 60,000 alumni. We have 4 academic colleges. We have our College of Business, College of IT, College of Health Professions, which is primarily nursing, and then our Teachers College. And so it's been wonderful to see the state embrace WGU Nevada, and I think a lot of that has to do with the leadership of Governor Brian Sandoval. Now, WGU Nevada is not the first state affiliate, if you will. A few years ago, Mitch Daniels, when he was the governor of Indiana, he invited WGU into the state. He wanted there to be a WGU Indiana. And then other states started to follow. Washington State, Texas, Tennessee, Missouri, and now Nevada.
Without brick and mortar facilities, and talking to you, Spencer, about WGU and your focus, it's more internet learning. It's like removing the ties for the military and the students that you've talked about so far. Now they can be relocated with the military and not have to interrupt their studies, because it's not about driving my car to the brick and mortar building and going into the classroom to take my studies.
I think you're seeing a wonderful transformation taking place within the higher education industry with the advent of technology and globalization and how busy we are today. Higher education has to change with those enhancements and with the demographic shifts that are taking place across the country. Our students at WGU Nevada are working adults. They have many obligations. They have family obligations. The average age of our students is around 36, 37, although the greatest concentration of our students is within the late 20s, early 30s age bracket. But these are individuals that are holding down a job, supporting a family. They have other obligations, and for them, finding a program that works for their busy schedule is priority number one. The fact that we are a very cost-effective solution for them when it comes to earning their degree is an added benefit as well. But as I've been out in the community talking with our alumni, talking with our students, this is what I keep hearing. This is a program that works for my family and me, and it works for my employer as well.
One of the things that I see from my perspective too, a lot of the people who are in my social circle, they're in what should be a very productive time for them as far as their earning capabilities, and they have 10 or 15 years until they get to that retirement age. They're in that last stretch. And because of things like technology, which has served WGU so well and enhanced all of these learning opportunities, they're finding that because of technology, there are also less jobs. So they need to, late in their career, retool, restructure. They need to re-educate, come to some place like WGU and online learning that fits their schedule, fits their pocketbook. They don't have to deal with a lot of student debt, but also gets them back up on their feet to do that last home stretch to get through to retirement. And when you talk about the older students, that sounds like a wonderful opportunity for someone like that.
Never has a college degree become more important for an individual. We started seeing this in the late 60s, early 70s, where the gap between what they call the college wage premium, right, those that actually had a degree and those that did not, really started to have a much wider divide. That premium became much wider. And one of the reasons for that is the advance of technology into all corners of our lives and the skill set needed to engage and be productive in a knowledge-based economy. We're starting to see that more and more, particularly in Nevada. And so individuals who, for whatever reason, started college but never completed that degree, that is one of our primary markets. And it's a very large population in Nevada. You have roughly 400,000 Nevadans that have some college degree. So this provides them an opportunity to go back, earn that degree, and advance themselves in their profession.
We're talking with Spencer Stewart, the Chancellor for WGU Nevada, today on Talking Solutions. Spencer, some of the areas of study for WGU, for your students, are areas that very much need help, like teaching, nursing. You mentioned IT. These are all areas that have big gaps where we need good people.
That's right. I've been working in this field for a little over 16 years. Prior to WGU Nevada, I was with Nevada State College, and Nevada State College was established for many reasons, but one of them was to increase the number of qualified teachers and nurses. I bring that up because this is an issue that has a never-ending time horizon. We always need more qualified teachers. We always need more qualified nurses. The same can be said for our IT industry here. We need more tech-based individuals as Nevada's knowledge-based economy grows. The same can be said for business as well. We're seeing a lot of demand within our College of Business. When I came on board in June of 2015, we had roughly 800 students, and today we have over 2,000. And when you look at our student population, roughly 45% are within our College of Business, either on the undergrad or graduate side. About 25% are within our Teachers College, 20% within our College of Health Professions, and then the balance within our College of IT. WGU Nevada is aligned to meet Nevada's workforce development needs. These are the areas that Nevada certainly does need additional qualified individuals.
Absolutely. People in general don't realize how much tech industry we have going on. We've talked with College of Southern Nevada with their wonderful IT programs where they get students and they can barely keep them in classes because companies are trying to come and harvest them before they've even completed their studies. There's that kind of a need. And these are companies that are going to need to fill those jobs. We would like for them to fill them with qualified people from right here in our midst, as opposed to having to bring someone in to do that job.
That's right. When looking at the needs of employers, I think many of them are importing their talent out of state, and they certainly have every reason to do that. But I think for the long-term prosperity of Nevada, it behooves these businesses to start to grow that talent from within the state. For many reasons, those employees are more productive. They give back. They're vested within the community. And one of the challenges here in Nevada is that with our rapidly changing changing demographics, those are individuals that we really need to spend a lot of attention on, making sure that they are able to earn that life-changing credential. For many of them, they're the first in their family to ever attend college, let alone earn a degree. That's a population that we also serve that has been primarily underserved by traditional higher education. Roughly 40% of our students are the first in their families to attend college. We also serve many individuals and families in rural Nevada. Nevada, as we know, is a very interesting state from a population standpoint. You primarily have two population centers in northern Nevada, Washoe County, and then in Clark County. But you have a number of counties that need to be served. Today we have students in every one of Nevada's 17 counties. In talking with our students in these rural counties, were it not for WGU Nevada, they would not have an opportunity to pursue their dreams and aspirations of earning a degree because they're there for many good and viable reasons. They're place-bound primarily because of employment.
The internet has really opened things up as far as education, and the fact that all of these students in all the different counties throughout Nevada, rural or urban areas, they can go to online learning to further their skills, to get that degree, to complete in many cases that degree, and fill a lot of the openings that exist with companies here in Southern Nevada. I know that when I first came to town 25 years ago, and it still, I think, is in a lot of people's minds, we're a gaming economy. I realize how big that is. I think in the past, a lot of kids were coming out of high school and going, I'm just going to go work for the casino. I'm set for life. Maybe in some cases that's true, but you really need to have more of a backup. We're trying to diversify the economy and give people more options. I'd love to take all those kids who are graduating, give them a lot of choices and options that keep them right here for learning, that's not overly expensive, that is convenient to them, that keeps them home and gives them a great skill.
You bring up an interesting point. Certainly the gaming and hospitality industry provided the lion's share of employment over the last few decades. But even within that industry, it is changing rapidly to the point where individuals who are graduating from high school looking to land work, they're challenged by the fact that that industry is changing. No longer is it easy for one to find a particular pathway without a degree. That's just the nature of that changing industry as it embraces technology. You really need to have those skill sets in order to do well, even within the gaming and hospitality industry. So what once was perhaps the norm decades ago is no longer the case today. And it goes back to, once again, that divergence that we've started to see with that college wage premium over the last 30, 40 years. That credential signals to employers the inherent skill set, both on the hard skills and the soft skills that come with that credential. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that while we are an online university, wholly online, one of the things that makes us truly distinctive is our approach to education. Our programs are offered within a competency-based framework. And what that means is that our students, rather than accumulating credit hours by the mere fact that they're sitting in a classroom, our students are able to demonstrate mastery. And by demonstrating mastery, they're able to quickly accelerate through that course of study because it focuses on what a student does not know rather than what they do know. This makes perfect sense for the working adult who has been perhaps in a junior accountant role or a IT management role. It probably doesn't make sense for those students to spend 15 or 16 weeks in a semester when they can demonstrate mastery of many of the things that will be covered within that particular course. Through a number of assessments, we determine where a student is and what they need to learn in order to be competent. So the average time to a 4-year degree with us at WGU Nevada is roughly 2.5 years for a 4-year degree. It certainly makes sense from that standpoint, but it also makes sense when it comes to out-of-pocket expenses for tuition. These are individuals that can get out into the workforce much sooner, earning additional compensation because of the value of that degree and paying less overall in tuition. So it seems to be the best of all worlds.
It sounds like it, because if you are in a certain area of study, like for instance IT, and you already have some background and knowledge and you're able to demonstrate proficiency in certain areas, you can almost skip ahead.
That's exactly right. And when this idea was originally framed roughly 20 years ago with the establishment of WGU, it was viewed as a fairly revolutionary idea within the higher ed industry. But what we're seeing today, more and more universities looking at this particular model and trying to re-engineer some of their programs to fit this model. And I think that is a sign that the industry as a whole is moving in the right direction and starting to understand that we need to work backwards from what is most important for the student.
WGU has done some groundbreaking things, and it sounds like the industry overall, as far as learning, is saying, they've got this down. Let's take a look at how they're doing it.
That's right. To an earlier question that you posed, what do I do as chancellor? One of the things that I've started to engage with the Nevada system of higher education on is how WGU Nevada might be of assistance to them and their institutions of higher learning with this competency-based approach to education. This is something that we've been doing for several years because of a number of reasons. One of them, we received a, I think, fairly sizable grant from the Gates Foundation for WGU to become a national trainer, if you will, for interested colleges and universities that want to embrace this new mode of delivery. So that's another thing that WGU Nevada is doing, working in partnership with the Nevada system of higher education to the extent that there is interest there on how to design a similar program.
The WGU model is an example.
That's right.
We are talking with Spencer Stewart, Chancellor of WGU Nevada, because you were talking about different states, WGU Indiana.
That's right. There's the parent university, which is headquartered in Salt Lake City. And then there are the 6 state affiliates, starting with Indiana and then Washington, and now Nevada being the 6th state affiliate. So that's the model that I reference, even though we have students in all 50 states.
You could not get a better start than having the ads on television showing Governor Brian Sandoval saying, check out WGU. It's a great place for you to get your education. Wow, what a great guy to help you kick it all off.
His endorsement certainly has been incredibly powerful. I think if you look at the governor's legislative agenda over the last few years, it would be hard-pressed for anyone to think that he is not involved in and cares deeply about education, both K-12 education and higher education. So I don't think it was a stretch for anyone to see him promoting WGU Nevada, as he has done with many other institutions here in Nevada.
That's perfect. Governor Sandoval, being a Nevada guy himself, raised and educated, and all of the things that he was able to accomplish even before he came back to be our governor of Nevada, it's obvious that he wants to help further our education. He wants to make it better. With the last legislature, and he's putting money where his mouth is, saying we need this help in Nevada. And I love that he also is putting his endorsement, his backing also behind WGU.
He certainly has been committed to education. I believe in his role as governor, as the state has been trying collectively to diversify the economy. I think everyone is realizing this incredibly tight nexus that exists between the quality of education within a state and its ability to diversify its economy. And so it makes all the sense to me that you would have a high-level official like the governor actively engaged with improving education throughout the state for purposes of, one, that's what our children need, but two, this is a way that we diversify our economy. This is how we attract business to our state. I think that is the number one criterion for businesses when considering relocation. Will I have enough of a talent pool to draw from locally to meet the needs of my business today, and then thinking about expansion in the future? So I'm encouraged by the fact that across the state we are starting to have very serious conversations about these two very interrelated aspects, the quality of education and the pace of economic diversification.
And it is one big reason why businesses do or do not choose to relocate or establish here in Nevada has to do with what's the talent pool? How are my kids going to be schooled when I move my family to Nevada? Are the schools of quality? So all the way around, we're trying to up the game as far as education is concerned. Spencer Stewart is with us, Chancellor for WGU. Now, Spencer, one of the talent pools that I definitely want us not to overlook as time passes is our military. We are very blessed to have a substantial number between Nellis and Creech. A lot of military retirees go on to second careers as well after they have ended their service. And so we've got all of this military talent we would love to keep here. I believe also to educate, to go on and have that career after the military. WGU has something special for our veterans.
That's right. Roughly 10% of our currently enrolled students are in the military or have spouses in the military. The parent university, WGU, has been considered a top military-friendly school for several years now, and one can easily understand why, given our low tuition, our very flexible arrangement, the fact that we offer very rigorous programs in high-demand fields. And to your point, we have such wonderful military community throughout the entire state with Creech and Nellis. And so this November for Veterans Day, in order to show our appreciation for the military community, we are offering a special military scholarship. We'll be rolling this out over the next few weeks, but this is geared towards active military and spouses who are looking to start their program or to complete their program. I've talked with a few of our military students, and they tell me that as demanding as military life is with constant relocations, they're pleased to have one constant, and that is no matter where they are, whether that's in California, overseas, in Utah, Arizona, or Nevada, there's a way for them to complete their program. I just last week was in Washington, D.C. with my family. I have young children, but I will tell you, just walking on the National Mall and visiting the World War II Memorial and the Vietnam Memorial, the Korean Memorial, all of these memorials, and trying to educate, the rising generation, my children, on the great sacrifices that the military have made, it reinforced to me that we are really doing the right thing come this Veterans Day by trying to do a little bit more to recognize the great sacrifices that our military do on our behalf.
Your heart swells with pride when you see those monuments honoring the people who have sacrificed so much. We do a lot of programs here on Talking Solutions addressing issues concerning the military and remind people that we all made a promise to our service members that when you come home, we've got your back. We will take care of you. So whether it has to do with medical needs, educational needs, coming back and just needing the support for the special issues that become a part of a military veteran's life. They're a big part of our community, and as a community, we have to wrap our arms around them and make sure that their needs are met. And it sounds like WGU, because they can study for those high-demand areas of education anywhere they are because of the internet. The costs are low, and now you're talking about scholarship opportunities.
That's right, scholarship opportunities. Just in Nevada, we will allocate on the order of about $50,000 towards this particular scholarship fund, which is roughly 20 to 25 scholarships. Wonderful opportunities for our servicemen and women and members of their family.
So how would a veteran or a veteran's family find out about their opportunity to get involved in this scholarship program?
We have a wonderful site. It's very user-friendly, very intuitive. It's nevada.wgu.edu, and right on the home page there is a tab for financial aid and scholarships. If they'll go to that particular tab and click on scholarships, they will see a list of scholarship opportunities available to them. In the next few weeks, we will have a link towards this Veteran Scholarship Fund, and it will walk them through all of the steps that they need in order to be eligible for this scholarship.
One of the things that we ask, Spencer, for anyone who comes to visit the show, because the show is called Talking Solutions, what can we do to help you?
Oh, that's a great question. I think where we are right now in our maturation throughout the state, I think critical need is helping us get the word out about WGU Nevada. The governor certainly has done a remarkable job, but with a state that is just under 3 million residents, it takes a constant reaffirmation of our message, making sure that everyone in every corner of the state knows of this opportunity. This is a wonderful opportunity. I talk with, once again, some of our students, and they tell me, I wish WGU Nevada was around 20 or 25 years ago when I first started my program. I don't want to continually hear that. I want individuals to be aware of WGU Nevada. So to the extent that you can help us get our message out, we would be very appreciative.
That's what we're here for. Can't do anything to fix what happened before, but we can take it from this day forward and to try to get the word out that WGU Nevada is a great option for education for all kinds of people. Those just graduating high school and moving into their degree program, for people who are re-educating, for people who have been away from college. As you mentioned, so many started college, but for whatever reason did not complete their program. This is the way that you can finish it. Inexpensive as far as colleges are concerned, convenient because of the use of the internet, and addressing those areas of study that are in high demand.
That's right. That's a wonderful summation. Terry, I want to thank you for allowing me to come on and share with you a little bit about WGU Nevada. I have been in the higher education industry for a few years now, but I am very excited with where the industry is going and how WGU and WGU Nevada is helping lead the way.
You're just a few years old as far as being here in Nevada, and I see your growth as exponential. I think it's going to continue to just get bigger and bigger, and it's a great opportunity. You know what? I can talk with knowledge now about WGU Nevada because you came and shared the information with us. Spencer Stewart, Chancellor of WGU Nevada, thank you so much for joining us today on Talking Solutions.
Thank you for having me.